because I put the recordings up online, so if somebody's absent, like a couple people are absent, they do all the time in calc. You should be doing it here if you're absent. No, don't throw it. Okay, so there's my graph. Hey guys. Okay, have a seat, please. Okay, Ray, what's this point called? Where it crosses the y-axis. That's the y-intercept. Okay, Lalo, do you remember this?
Yeah, y-intercept. I did this yesterday.
We're reviewing it because we're going to go one step further today. What's this point called? The bottom of the curve.
Vertex.
Vertex. Now, how do you find the axis of symmetry? Joe.
In the middle.
What do you mean it's in the middle? You're right, it's in the middle. How do I find it? If I have this x-intercept and this one, do you remember how we did that yesterday? We add them and do what?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. Some of you like to count, and that's no problem doing that.
I like to count.
But what if the numbers aren't nice? Counting's not going to work. So this is going to be equal to the x-coordinate for the x-axis of symmetry. So it's going to be right here. And remember, you guys, you write x equals whatever the number is. X equals. Okay, that's what we did yesterday. Most of you finished up early, which is great. Okay, I want to look at this one. And that's in what form?
Factored.
It's not factored.
No, general.
Joe, which form is it? Joe, put your hands back. This is general. We don't have vertex form yet. Okay, so I'm going to add something to what we did yesterday. I'm going to add, turn the page. I'm going to add finding the vertex of the parabola using the axis of symmetry. Well, first thing I want to do, Cole, is I want to find the x-intercepts. Okay? It's my mic. It's just, it's loud, a little bit loud. Okay. This represents a parabola. It says the axis of symmetry is x equals 2. So if I wanted to graph that, x equals 2 is about here. That means my vertex is on this line someplace. I don't know where, though. That's the problem. You know, it could be here. It could be any place on this line. So I could take this parabola and slide it up and down. The problem is I'd like to find the y-coordinate. I know the x-coordinate is 2. So it's 2 comma y. And I would like to find out what that is. Now I want to show you the easiest way to do this. We are not going to do substitute and evaluate, showing parentheses and all that stuff. We're just going to do it. We're going to try that because I think it's going to be easier for you, especially when it comes to squaring something. This is the x-coordinate right here. I'm going to put that in for x. Okay, but I'm not going to show that substitution because that's where you mess up. All I'm going to do is think about it. That's x squared. I'm going to square 2. What's 2 squared? Is that okay? Can we do that? If you want to see 2 squared, I can do that. Now, can you multiply these two together in your head? It's a negative 4 times a positive 2.
That's like 12.
4?
8. I'm sorry.
What kind of 8? Positive or negative? Negative. Minus 5. If you want to show the substitution, you may show the substitution. Those are the x's. Because I really have this. Y equals, and I must have parentheses there, minus 4 times 2, minus 5. That looks complicated. It's just easier to just do the problem. I have to square that. That's 4. I have to multiply this x value by negative 4, which is negative 8, and I still have a negative 5 there. Yeah, well, it is. I kind of obliterated it. Okay, what's 4 minus 8 minus 5?
No, not there.
Wait.
That's a 2.
No, up there. And squared. Never mind.
Yes, that's a 2.
Minus 4. Minus 11. 9. Minus
What's, okay, 4 minus 8.
minus 4.
David, you know what 4 minus 8 is? It's negative 4. Minus 5 is negative 9. You're right. Yeah, I heard you guys. That was good. Okay. If you know the x-coordinate, then that's it. All you do is evaluate y. So, evaluate. Yeah, we're going to add more things to it, so it's going to get more complicated. So you want good notes because I allow you to use your notes. Evaluate x in the y equation. Okay, but we're going to have to do more steps than that because they're not going to give us the axis of symmetry. Oh, yeah. Remember, that's in general form, just to hit that a little bit.
When are we learning vertex form?
We're getting it today, actually. This is vertex form. If you look at the title of the packet, it says finding the vertex using axis of symmetry. Well, we'll get to vertex form, which is like point slope form and writing the equation of a line. Okay, can I now switch or no? Not yet? Okay. We make the problem a little harder. Y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. And the author of this document found you the x-intercepts. We need to know the axis of symmetry. Shall we graph this first? Shall we start with that? Yeah. And I know Joe said he likes just to count, and that's fine as long as the numbers are easy. But if I'm dealing with thirds or eighths, then things are not so easy.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes?
Plus 1 is minus 2.
And then 1, 0 is here.
Minus 1. That's
Okay.
the axis of symmetry.
So I want the axis of symmetry. Now I could count, or I can just add them. Negative 3 plus 1 divided by 2. What's negative 3 plus 1?
2.
Negative 2 divided by 2
Minus 1.
is negative 1. And sure enough, that looks like that's the right place. So x equals negative 1. That's how you write the equation of a vertical line. Okay? And now I would substitute it in there. I can substitute. I can go y equals, and I must have parentheses, squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 3. I can do it that way, or I can just do the problem. Some of you will like to do it that way. So, omitting this line, you take your x value. What's your x value, Cole? It's over there. It's negative 1. And you square it. Joe, put your feet down. Keep your feet on the floor, Joe, please. Thank you. Okay, what happens when you square negative 1? Positive 1. What if you take 2 and you multiply times negative 1? What do you get? Negative 2 minus 3. I mean, I'm going to get the same thing doing it this way, showing the work, but I don't care if you show the work, because every time you square anything, it's always going to be positive. So what's that going to give you? This is 1 plus, what's a negative 2 and a minus 3?
Negative 5.
Good. And so the answer is
4.
negative 4. Once I know that, then I can graph my parabola. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there it is. So they made it easy for us on this one. They factored it for us. What do you think is going to be next? You're going to have to factor it yourself. That's right. But they're not hard factoring problems.
That's good.
That is good, actually. Okay. And I would like to write it mathematically correct. Y equals, and you know how to factor that. Joe, do you know how to factor this one?
Yes. 2 and 4. Plus 1.
Does it matter?
Minus 4 and plus 2.
Well, it's x and x plus minus, you said what, Lala? Minus 4?
Yeah.
How do you know? You multiply it back out. 2 times x is plus 2x, and minus 4 times x is minus 4x, which is negative 2x, which is what I have. So that's perfect. Do you have it written down? Oh, you already beat me to it?
Yeah.
Great. So what are your x-intercepts? I get 0. X-intercepts is when y is 0. And it's x plus 2, x minus 4. Okay, what makes that 0? Joe, do you need to sit over there again?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is this rectangle flats?
Okay, Joe, what makes that 0? X equals negative 2 or x equals what? 4. So let's put this on our graph. We have negative 2. I like to see the pictures too. Okay, Ray? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's halfway between that? You can just add them. Negative 2 plus 4. I'm not very good at counting. I'm better at adding. What is that going to be?
2.
2 over 2 is 1. So here it is. Now, do you remember how to do this? It says graph the parabola with the x-intercepts, find the axis of symmetry, and find the vertex. So you're going to put x equal to 2 right into that equation. You guys try it. I'll go fix this so it's not squeaking. Even I can hear it. There. Is it still doing it? I don't know. It's 2 squared minus 4 minus 8. What's 2 squared? What's 2 squared? 4. Do you like this way of doing it? It's 4. Negative 2 times 2 is minus 4. Oh, guess what? That goes away. Minus 8. Okay, Joe, you can't sit there.
Bye, Joe.
Yeah, you're not going to sit there. So what are the coordinates? X is 2. What's y equal to? Negative 8. So now you know it's down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you just draw it. A lot of applications for parabolas. Because what we do is we find the zeros, or we find the x-intercepts, and we add them. I'm on 1.
Isn't it 2?
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's easy to fix. Easy to fix. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did I graph this one wrong?
Yeah.
That's possible.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. And we found the vertex. No, we found, oh, that's what's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, then that's all wrong.
And your dot's wrong. It's on 2. It's supposed to be on 3.
No, it's not. It's on 1. X is 1. I did that wrong. I don't know where I grabbed the 2 from. Probably somewhere down there. Okay, so we'll do it again. But it's just easier, maybe. X equals 1. What's the y equal to? Well, I don't know. I got to figure it out. 1. It's 1 minus 2 minus 8. Oh, yeah, it's negative 9. Put in 1 here.
Why is it?
Because I did that. I used 2 for some reason. I don't know why. It's the Ides of March, so that's probably why. You guys know what the Ides of March is?
No. Confusing to you?
Does Lisa know the Ides of March? Yeah, when Caesar was betrayed
Why was he betrayed?
by Brutus. A2 Brutus. Yeah. It's not a lucky day. It's a very unlucky day. Beware the Ides of March, Shakespeare. Okay. You're in my camp too, because half the rest of the teachers didn't know that. Oh yeah, it's true. Okay, so I made a mistake. I caught my mistake. X equals 1, and then you substitute it into the y equation. So it's 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 8. And that gives you negative 9. So the ordered pair is 1, negative 9. Hopefully I won't make a mistake again. And actually I should put this right over here, because that's where it goes. Is this hard?
No.
You have to do 2 steps. Well, 3. You have to factor. You have to find the x-intercepts by averaging them. And then you have to evaluate the function at that point.
Yes. Henry, can I use your iPad charger?
Okay, let's do this one. I think it's our last one, you guys.
Actually, eat it. Thanks, Henry.
Where am I? This one? Yeah, that's our last one. Okay, what do we have to do? We have to factor it. Y equals. Well, we're going to be getting all the different forms. This is general form. We're going to go to factored form, and you know we're going to get some other ones. Okay, Taylor, can you help me factor this one? Can you help me factor this one? Lala, what do you need?
I'm using his iPad charger.
For what? Right now? No, we can wait. We're going to do one problem, and then I'm going to give you the worksheet. Okay. That's okay. Now these videos are real time, so every time you delay like that, that means if you have to watch it, you got to wait for all of this. Okay, Taylor's going to help me if Ray gets out of the way. Can you factor that one, Taylor? X and X. And Julian's right there with me. So the zeros occur when these factors become 0. What are they? What are the x-intercepts?
Minus 3 and minus 9.
Okay, so it's literally minus 3 comma 0 and minus 9 comma 0. If you want to graph it, you may. How do you find the axis of symmetry?
Minus 3 is
You add the minus 3. Yeah, but where's the middle? That's the question. Over 2. So what does negative 3 and a negative 9 give you?
6.
Negative 12 divided by 2 is what kind of 6? What kind of 6? Negative 6. Okay, so first we got the intercepts. Then we averaged them, we got the vertex, and then we're going to substitute minus 6 in here, but we're not going to substitute. Now you may need a calculator for this. I don't know. What happens when I square negative 6? I'll put it right up here. No, it's positive 36. Does anybody know what 6 times 12 is? 72. Is it positive or negative? No, it's a negative 6 times positive 12. So it's negative 72 plus 27.
Wait, why do you square root?
No,
I mean, why do you do?
it says x is squared, so I took negative 6 and squared it. Then it says take 12 and multiply by negative 6. It's a recipe.
Okay.
We just have to follow the directions. So do you want to add the positive ones or do you want to add left to right? It doesn't matter. Or you can use a calculator. I don't care. It's negative 9. We could trust her? So it's negative 6 comma negative 9. You were not asked to graph on this one. Okay, so you see the 3 steps? First, you're going to have to factor. Then you're going to find the zeros. Those are called the x-intercepts. Then you're going to find the axis of symmetry. And you may use your notes on your tests and quizzes. I will have something before we break. And unfortunately, this unit's long. I don't think we're going to get it finished, so that means you're going to have a week and a half without math, which means you're probably going to forget. We're going to have to review a lot of things, but we'll see. You get almost a week and a half for spring break.
Wait, how many days?
A break during the spring.
Yeah, I know, but when is it?
Not next week, but the week after.
Next week?
No, we have a full week next week.
Oh, okay. Cool.
She's just kind of sleepy. Okay. Before you leave, I want these packets turned in.